This is the plaintiff, Donna Lewis. She says she was in a parking lot one day when out of the clear blue sky she heard a thunderous clunk. Turns out the defendant dropped a 6-foot 2x4 piece of wood directly onto her car, denting it. The louse was not apologetic. She called the cops, and here they are. She's suing for $1,958.74, the amount of her damages. This is the defendant, Miguel Colon. He says a 2x4 touched the plaintiff's car as she was pulling into a spot, and now she's trying to make a federal case out of it. For crying out loud, the cops didn't even notice any damage. The woman's now saying the trunk of the car isn't level and water's pouring in, flooding everything. From a 2x4 touching your fender? Please. He's accused of touching off a firestorm.
All parties, please raise your right hands.
Welcome back to the People's Court. Next case on the docket. The plaintiff says the defendant dropped a 2x4 on her car, but the defendant says the wood barely touched the plaintiff's car. It's the case of keep your wood away from me, bro.
Litigants have been sworn, Your Honor.
Okay. Thank you, Douglas. Donna Lewis?
Yes.
You are suing Miguel Colon for $1,958 in damages to your car as well as a rental car because according to you, he negligently damaged your car while packing some 2x4s into his. Okay, you were in the parking lot of the Home Depot?
Correct.
Okay, and what happened? Tell me about it from your perspective.
I pulled into the parking spot and I was getting ready to get out of my vehicle when I heard a loud thud.
Okay, now had you seen him before you were pulling into the spot?
I saw him in the parking lot walking in the direction that I was driving in. So he was maybe a car away.
Okay, and then what happens? You park?
I park and I was with my friend. So maybe we were having like a brief conversation or something like that. But we were sitting in the car and getting ready to get out. Then I heard a thud. So I immediately got out of the vehicle and we looked and I saw the defendant picking up a 2x4 off of the vehicle.
Okay. And what kind of vehicle do you have?
2006 Honda Accord.
All right. And where in your vehicle had the thing hit?
By the trunk area. It was.
Do you have a picture?
I do.
So he's taking it off of your car and what do you say to him?
I said, you just damaged the car. I believe that's what I said. I remember.
Okay. And then what did he say?
He was just looking at me like, he said, like he was saying he didn't do that, or, you know, the scratches, because there were scratches on the car before. So he's like, oh, the scratches. And I'm like, the scratches have nothing to do with the damage that you just put into the fender.
Okay, I'm going to need you to come up here and tell me what these pictures are of, because I know it's sometimes hard to capture, but I don't know what you're saying he did. Go ahead.
Okay. This is actually a picture of the other side, just to show you what the other side looks like.
Okay. Go ahead.
This is the dent that he put into
it. Now, is that your trunk?
This is next to the trunk. This is the fender. The trunk is open, so that's right next to the trunk.
Got it. Okay, so that's on the right side?
Yes.
Okay. So that's where it hit?
That's where it hit, right.
Okay.
So once he hit it, he cracked the seal of the car. So if you notice, it's like pushing out.
So you're pointing out that right here, that bang there made this go out there.
Right, and it damaged the seal in here. So water could be getting in the trunk area of the car. This is what the body man told me.
You good?
Yeah, go ahead, go back. All right, what happened?
Well, that particular day at Home Depot, we had some materials. We were bringing it to the car. The last board that we're talking about, that one was on the side of the car. As I recall, she was pulling in to park. The board fell. I have no explanation. I don't know.
Who's we?
Me and
come on up, cowboy.
David.
Don't stay seated. Which of you two dropped the 2x4 on the lady's car? Both of you? Whose fault is it? Have you yelled at each other about it?
No, we didn't yell at each other about it. Matter of fact, the board was leaning on the car. We were both putting in materials, but it was on the left side. David was there, But as far as why it fell or how it fell,
Oh, you had put the 2x4 against your own car?
against my own car.
Oh, and we don't see how
And
that
as-
might be a problem, and it might. This isn't screaming at you the way it's screaming at us.
Is there any possible defense this defendant has about the wood hitting the car?
Not at all. Even if the wood barely touches the car, the wood touched the car.
By the way, if wood just barely touches it, can it still cause damage?
Oh yeah, definitely. His board, his fault.
His board, his fault? You buying that?
Yeah, I think so.
I love that. That's almost a bumper sticker. That's good. Going inside the courtroom.
What do you do for a living?
I work on laundry like repairs.
Okay,
Washer,
what was the
dryer.
wood for?
No, this is a job that we were doing. Just
Your own home
yeah,
improvement?
it's a board and some plywood that we had. Yeah,
Okay.
so we were doing that.
Okay, so the board falls on her car, and now what? Why would you not be responsible for this?
No, I never said we weren't
Okay.
responsible. No,
Okay.
no. I just say I don't know how it happened. That's what I said.
Okay.
But then once it fell, and then she said the board hit my car, and
Right.
then I says, oh, I see.
Didn't you notice it when it happened?
No,
you
we
noticed
did.
it.
Yeah,
Okay,
we did
gotcha.
notice. I just don't know how it happened.
Right,
but we
right.
did notice it. Yeah, I'm not saying no to that.
Gotcha.
And then she called the police. The policeman came. He did a report. He looked at it. And basically what the officer was saying that it was a minor damage, minor struck, and that actually that it could be opened up from the hood, maybe pushed out because it wasn't scratched.
In his vast experience as an auto body
I understand.
repairman, the
But
officer
it wasn't scratched, and it wasn't the.
I saw that. I saw that it wasn't
chipped.
scratched. Come over here, though, because I want to show you something. Because I too
also
was
have a
thinking.
photo.
You have the photos?
Yeah, I also have a photo that I took.
Okay,
of
I want you to
that
see
day.
her photos.
Okay.
Come on over right here. Clearly, it's not even the paint isn't scratched. So all happy thoughts and pop it out, except for check at that.
Yeah.
because he's right about that. I know that what happens is hubby gets involved. Come on up. Are you hubby?
Yes.
Okay, come on up. Go, girl. All right. So hubby gets involved and says what?
Well, after my wife called me and tell me that a 2x4 dropped on the car. She's saying that he didn't even apologize about doing it. So I told her to call the police.
He seems so nice. He didn't apologize?
No, he didn't admit
You didn't
to his
apologize for
wrong.
that?
I
know.
took full responsibility.
Here, you're going to say, geez, I'm sorry? Like,
and
okay,
then
go on.
she's
In any
saying-
event, you get involved and you talk about the seal.
Yes, because the seam is damaged, and she was telling me that he says that the car was like that before. So I have a picture here when I bought the car. That
But you
damage
see
was
how
on the
that
car.
little bang here lifted that there? That is, sometimes it's a little more complicated than we think it is. Yeah. Okay, go ahead. Go back. All right. And do you have the estimate?
I do.
Can I see it? And can I see the picture you just talked about?
All right.
Yeah.
She says that I did not try to work anything out with her, and the gentleman says that I don't know, that I was not proper in the situation. I've had conversation with her. I told her a place to take the car because I previously had a problem with my wife's car. It was a scratch and dent person that comes in, he straightens everything out, and I gave
I know
her
that a
the
scratch and dent
information.
is going to cut it, but also she doesn't have to. I mean, it works out really nicely if she does take your guy, but she's not forced
Yeah.
to take your guy. Yeah.
He
And-
told me that he had a buddy with a car wash that could fix it for me. And the buddy said, looking at the picture, that it will cost $150. So I can either take it to his buddy or he'll give me $150. That was his exact words. And I
Okay,
said,
we're
okay,
done.
I'll
We're
take
done. We're done. Okay. I guess we got to be more careful, you know? Because I understand your concern that, you know, you don't want anybody taking advantage of you or taking advantage of a situation. That's always my concern too. And when I first walked out here, since I had looked at, you know, the fact that it didn't even appear to pierce the paint here, I said to myself, maybe she is trying to milk it. But this one picture is very inescapable. And in fact, he's right, and so is the auto body repairman. This is a little problem for them that they didn't have before you. So why should they have to stomach it? So I find in favor of the plaintiff in the amount of her lawsuit against you, $1,958.74. That's my verdict.
You did it, and you're going to have to pay for it. So what's your reaction to this outcome?
Well, I believe the judge is very fair. You know, it seemed like a small, minor thing, a 2x4, but, you know, from what she says, I agree with the judge, and this is here as a first
Next time, put the 2x4 on the ground.
Yes.
Okay?
Of course.
All right, okay.
Thank you.
All right, head right around the corner. Officer McIntosh is waiting for you there. All right, so come on in here and, you know, in the courtroom and here in the hallway, he seems like a nice guy. What do you think?
I don't think so.
That's not what you saw at the scene?
No, he was not apologetic. He was just like, oh, I didn't do that, basically.
So was this about, because you were mad at him?
No, I need my vehicle fixed.
Okay. Harvey?
I mean, this is such an interesting case because a lot of times, you know, somebody says, oh, it's just a small dent, and the cost of fixing it is so huge. That's not the plaintiff's problem. The plaintiff is entitled to be made whole. And that means even if it's a small dent, he has a right to get it fixed. And if it costs a lot of money, tough for the defendant.